Yo, crew members, what it be?
What up, everybody?
Hola!
It is that time of the month, as usual, where
What
we
time
come
is it?
out. It's that time of the month.
Oh, all right.
It's that time of the month.
You should probably go to the bathroom and then change it.
It's that time of the month for gamers.
Oh, hell yeah!
Yep, it's that time where we give the new and free games of the month for Xbox Live Games with Gold and your PlayStation Plus membership. And I will just start immediately because there's actually a shitload to get to today.
Let's
A
do
little
it.
more normal. We got a lot more news than we would normally have. And starting with Xbox, September's Games with Gold is here. You will get to protect New York City in the online tactical shooter Tom Clancy's The Division, take part in engaging point-and-click adventures The Book of Unwritten Rules 2, and again, since they're great at actually giving you stuff that you can play if you still have a 360, you can play De Blob 2.
Now, is it the blob or the blob?
No, what do you think? I'm just doing that. No, it's
Yes.
it's De Blob, like D-E Blob, which I'm pretty sure is the blob in French. I don't fucking know. But yeah, make the world a more colorful place in De Blob 2 and get ready for a tongue-in-cheek humor and violence in the third-person shooter Armed and Dangerous, which actually sounds right up our alley. I mean, doesn't that kind of sound like a third-person Borderlands?
Yeah.
Tongue-in-cheek humor and violence. So starting off, Tom Clancy's The Division, which you can get from September 1st to the 30th on Xbox One. You take back New York City after it has fallen into chaos. This online shooter is a groundbreaking experience combining robust RPG customization and tactical action combat. You play a massive co-op campaign, take on other agents, and earn cutting-edge gear as you fulfill your objective, protect what remains, and restore hope. We've actually all played this game.
Yep.
We played it for different systems, I believe, but we had a shitload of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because he played it for Xbox. I believe we played it for PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
It is a whole lot of fun. It's a looter shooter. Yeah, it's a looter shooter.
Yeah.
That actually has their loot system down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever believe that I took too long to get certain things. And
So one of the unique things I found with that game was when you went into the black zone,
Yeah.
the dark zone.
Dark Zone.
Like, you would have, you'd have your loot that you could get in there, but you only keep it if you survive and make it back to the extraction point.
yeah, when you can,
If you get killed in there, then you lose everything that you obtained while being in the dark zone.
Yeah, now you can play this game by yourself or with friends. It's obviously more fun with friends, but like Wes was saying, if you play through the actual campaign, you don't have to worry about losing anything. You get what you get, even if you die. But if you go into these special places called the Dark Zone, which are these large PvP areas,
Roughly, you're talking about basically being like a central part. I mean, it is literally in the center of
it's straight
Of
up
the whole
urban warfare.
yes.
And
Well, so is the whole game.
Well, yeah,
But I
when
mean,
you-
the thing is when you would go into the Dark Zone, you're either going to get some cool people that you can throw down with,
Yes.
Yeah.
or they'll throw down with you, but they'll steal your shit and shoot you in the back.
yeah.
At the end, when they, when you're leaving, they'll clip you and then you're done.
Because as opposed to the regular game where when you get gear, you just keep it. Like Wes said, in the Dark Zone, you collect certain things and you actually have to make it to an extraction point and then survive for like a minute, I think, or something
and
like
then
that.
once they come
Yep.
in, you
The
put on the
helicopter
helicopter,
comes.
boom, it takes it out. I don't know how many times. I'm pretty sure there was the option where the helicopter would come in. People would load up the gear. Right before the helicopter leaves, you would see people run back out, and they would steal their gear and put it on
Yeah,
the helicopter with their shit.
yeah.
Like,
But we all had a lot of fun with that. So,
Great games.
I would definitely check that out. Next, you have the Book of Unwritten Tales 2, which is available September 16th to October 15th on Xbox One. The Book of Unwritten Tales 2, the legends have foretold it and prophecies predicted it. The Book of Unwritten Tales 2 is available in September's Games Gold lineup. The continuation of the point-and-click adventure saga hilariously spoofs some of the most beloved and famous fantasy stories ever written, which sounds incredible. With over 20 hours of story, help the quirky cast of characters fulfill their destiny in the tricky world of Avantasia. That's the Book of Unwritten Tales 2 from the 16th to October 15th. We have not played that, but I'm planning on giving it a whirl. And now to De Blob. De Blob 2, available September 1st to Xbox 15th on Xbox One and Xbox 360. Set off on an action-packed, colorful adventure, the Inkies are back with a new plot to rid the world of color, and it's up to Blob to stop them. Featuring a unique painting functionality as the main game mechanic, the platformer showcases 12 new single-player levels, multiplayer support, and epic boss battles. That kind of sounds like it almost kind of sounds like a whole game based on that mode that we saw that's
Crash
coming up in the new
Bandicoot
Crash
4.
Bandicoot game where you have to like
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
so platformer, that's pretty dope. And last but not least, Armed and Dangerous, which is available September 16th to the 30th on Xbox One and Xbox 360. Capture victory in 12,000 bullets or less in this classic Xbox title. You meet the Lionhearts, a smack-talking band of rebels on an impossible mission to save the world. That is if they don't burn it down first. With a witty story that parodies popular media, wield outlandish weapons, and shoot your way through 21 action-packed levels. And like we said, that sounds kind of like a Borderlands type of game. Like a third-person Borderlands.
And how many rounds did you say?
12,000 or less is minor. A few bullets. A few bullets
One or
here and
two.
there. Yeah, 1 or 2,000. But again, that is Xbox Live games with gold for the month of September. Again, just to run through one last time, that's The Division you can get from the September 1st to the 30th. Book of Unwritten Tales 2 available September 16th to October 15th. And then the 2 games that you can get on Xbox One and also the 360, you have The Blob 2 available September 1st to the 15th, and Armed and Dangerous available the 16th to the 30th. And moving on to PlayStation.
Hey.
Is Anthony.
Hi. Hi. It's nice.
A little less to cover, I believe.
Yeah, there's only 2 games. PlayStation Plus members from September 1st to October 5th. These 2 games will be available to you. And the 2 games are PUBG, which is Players Unknown Battlegrounds.
Which is wildly popular.
Extremely popular.
It is, but I could have sworn that it was like Fortnite. I thought it was free.
It was free. Anyway, the second game is Street Fighter V. So really quick to PUBG, you parachute into a treacherous battleground with only your wits for protection as you loot gear and outsmart your enemies in fierce battle royale. Build the ultimate soldier from scratch and test your melt against up to 99 players across multiple unique maps. Only one leaf. Oh my God.
One leaf.
I meant life. So obviously there's an A in there somewhere for me, huh?
Okay.
Holy shit. Only one life. Only one shot at victory per match. Wreak havoc on your own. Take on the challenge in a squad of up to 4 players to increase your chances of survival and glory.
Now, I remember when that came out, that actually came out first, and then you had Fortnite.
Yeah.
But Fortnite just ended up just taking everything by storm.
Yep.
But it's the same style of game. It's just Fortnite was much more cartoony.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's why.
I mean, PUBG, obviously it's not ultra hyper realistic. Like you'd like anything we normally play, but it's definitely more realistic than Fortnite.
Correct.
I do have an article here that says I don't know when this article was from. It was from November 8th of 2018 that PUBG was
not that long ago.
It was available for free on Xbox One. He's doing PlayStation.
Okay.
Thank you for
There you
filling
go.
me. Thank you for
Appreciate
filling us in.
I do it.
Street Fighter V. New competitors and iconic world warriors square off in Street Fighter V. I mean,
it's if you.
How many O's were in world?
17.
One.
You played a Street Fighter game. You've played them all. Much better graphics, though.
Much better graphics.
Much better.
Better graphics, better combos.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure you whooped my ass in that. Like, bad.
Oh, I am trash in Street Fighter.
But I'm actually no good compared to what's... Obviously, there's a Street Fighter V PS4 tournament starting September 4th in the United States and Canada.
Should get after it if you're good at Street Fighter
Good luck.
5.
Like, I'm nowhere near good enough to go into... Like, I would sit down and I would get destroyed in the first, 10 seconds.
Like I said, I'm horrible.
That's that weird area that I believe Alex was talking about, right? When we were talking Mortal Kombat,
Yes.
he said you're in that thing where
You're better than all your friends, but you're not good enough for tournaments.
Oh,
yeah,
hell
yes.
no.
Yeah, I feel like that's where most people probably lie.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
You might get lucky in 1 or 2 rounds, but then you end up just getting your ass handed to you.
But again, both games will be coming to the PlayStation Plus platform Tuesday, September 1st, and will be available to download all the way through up until October 5th.
Sweet.
Nice.
So, yeah, download them bad boys. You know the deal. Clear out some space. They're all free. Check them out and,
You definitely got to clear out some space.
See what you get.
I hate having to clear out space. So I bought another PlayStation.
So there you go. You don't got to worry about it.
Or just a hard drive. Just buy
Buy an external?
Yeah, just buy an external 5 terabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do.
There you go. Just put a little sticker on it that says free games in a month.
So we do
That
have...
is a fantastic idea.
Actually, yeah. You should have really good thought on that. So we do have the September 2020 brand new release video games. But before I do that, I do want to ask everybody to, if they haven't already, give us a 5-star review on either Apple Apple Podcast or Podchaser, and then also go ahead and give us comments. Let us know what you think of us. I mean, please.
Any ideas you might have for future shows would be pretty cool. We
are
love
open,
that kind of stuff. That's
open
always
for
fun.
everything.
Yep.
But yeah, man, the more 5 stars we get, I mean, the higher up we go in the ranking, and more people are going to go ahead and find us, which is something that we would love.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate that if you go ahead and do so.
Did you just swallow your tongue? What happened there?
Yeah, what just happened there?
I just took in a little bit of air.
I think he took in air and tried to swallow some saliva, and he just like his whole like upper respiratory section collapsed for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
All right.
It wasn't good.
Well, you're back with us, so I appreciate it.
Death by podcast.
What happened to Wes? He tried to swallow some air and spit at the same time, and he died. Sorry.
Fuck. So here are the games that we have for September 2020 for new games. Ari and the Secret of Season is coming out for PlayStation 4, Xbox, and Switch September 1st. The Elder Scrolls Online Stonethorn DLC is coming out for PlayStation and Xbox September 1st. MX, so it's Motocross vs. ATV All Out is coming out for the Switch on September 1st. For September 3rd, we have WRC 9. For September, I'm not even sure what...
World Rallycross.
There you go.
You're welcome. By the way, those games are a lot of fucking fun. If you like any kind of racing, I'm actually talking about Mike right now. He would probably really like those because it's an insanely awesome concept, especially for him because he always.
I mean, I remember playing like dirt and going ahead with
same
the
concept,
rally stuff.
Same concept. Yep.
Yeah, it's nice.
Absolutely an awesome game.
So
Sweet.
September 4th is going to have probably some of the biggest games coming out for this month.
Oh, let me
and
hear
I
it.
am super excited
Give
for
it
this.
to me.
So we have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, which is coming
yeah.
out for PlayStation and Xbox September 4th.
This is
and
literally my childhood, all remastered in one.
I'm definitely picking that up at launch.
Hell yeah.
We also have a game that I went ahead and did a review for us that is up on our YouTube page. It is Marvel's Avengers. That's coming out for the Xbox and PlayStation September 4th.
I already have that pre-ordered. And I'm even more interested now that I've actually gotten to see your review and watch you play a little bit. It looks sick.
Yeah, dude, it was fun. It was actually...
That Taskmaster battle looks so sick.
That Taskmaster battle was... That was a highlight for me with what I played. Like going against Abomination was cool. But being Black Widow and having that little extra, because she's very much like a stealth agent type thing.
Yeah.
Like it was just, it was great.
So much agility.
So great.
I feel like a bad friend. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no. I'm the bad friend. You're good.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
Yeah, Wes, actually, I don't even think ever even wished me a happy birthday.
No, I haven't.
He is a bad friend. Holy fuck.
Funny enough.
So, Wes.
I was going to go ahead and say to you later on, happy belated.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, it was funny because Jess forgot to.
I was saying, did you notice?
On Facebook,
she does that to me, too. She'll be like, oh, yesterday was your birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah.
She's like, I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me for being a terrible friend. I was about to comment and be like, I'm assuming you just took your husband's lead on that one.
Sorry, Wes.
That's all good. Doraemon Story of Seasons, and that one's for PlayStation 4.
We're going to roll with that.
Doraemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doraemon.
Yeah, Doraemon.
Doraemon, yeah.
All right, so let's see. September 8th, we have Avicii Invector Encore Editions coming out for the Switch.
Avicii, like...
Yes.
Like Avicii?
I think it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you have Kingdoms of Amalur. The Re-Reckoning is coming out for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox. And, God, see these fucking names, dude. Akunika Madness.
Hakuna Matata? What's happening? What a wonderful phrase, dude. What a wonderful phrase.
It means no worries for the rest of your days.
Okay, so seriously, what is this one, though?
Akunika.
Oh, okay.
Akunika Madness, PlayStation and Xbox, and the Switch. This one I'm actually excited for. The Outer Worlds, The Peril of Gorgon, the DLC. We talked about that during the Xbox event.
Yes, we did.
That DLC is coming out for the PS4 and the Xbox September 9th. We have Bounty Battle, which is for the PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch on the 10th. Inertial Drift is coming out for the PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch on September 11th. Let's see. eFootball PES 2021, the season update is happening on September 15th for the PlayStation and the Xbox. Spelunky 2, which is
we talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
We did talk about it.
That's the one that has like remastered graphics. The paint. The paint like swooshes on it, looks just like much more realistic.
Yeah,
actually looks pretty cool. That's coming out September 15th. Pacer is coming out for the PlayStation and Xbox September 17th. The Crisis remaster. So you got
like
Crisis
the OG
game,
Crisis
right?
game. That dude with the crazy fucking
The biggest
not
thing
a mech suit, whatever fucking suit that was.
the biggest thing I remember about the Crysis game was that there was so much into that game to where that normal PCs weren't able to handle the graphics.
Which is pretty wild to think, considering
Yeah.
they were generally at the forefront.
Yeah, so that's coming out September 18th for the PlayStation and Xbox. We have the retail version of Earth Defense Force 5 for PlayStation 4 for the 18th. WWE 2K Battlegrounds is coming out for the Xbox, Switch, and PlayStation September 18th. Let's see here. You have 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim for the PS4. You have Unrailed, which is coming out for the Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch on the 23rd. Untitled Goose Game Co-op update.
I always
is
hear about
happening.
that game.
So that game is on Game Pass right now, and I probably should check it out just because it's Game Pass. You know what I mean? So I already have it.
Is that the game that's it's like all white, and then there's a goose?
Oh no, you're a goose and you're just a fucking dickhead. That's what the game is. You
That sounds like a good game.
You bite people and you fucking like take shit people are looking for and stuff like that. And you try not to get caught.
Sounds like an awesome game.
So that's coming out. So the co-op update is coming out for the PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch on the 23rd. You have a game called Going Under, which is for PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch on the 24th. Little Big Workshop is for Xbox on the 24th. You have
Little Big Workshop. Is that
Little Big Workshop?
Is that like
Same as Little Big Planet.
Well, I see it's Xbox, so I wouldn't think so.
Oh,
Little Big
touche.
Planet is a PlayStation.
Yeah, but you know,
Title.
he also let's just not
Keep
take
going.
Wes at his word just yet. So
Yeah, please don't.
It might be a PC game.
Tears of Avia is coming out for Xbox on September 24th. You have DreamWorks Troll Hunters Defenders of Arcadia, and that's coming out for PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch on the 25th.
It's actually a really cute little show for younger
I've
kids.
heard of it. It's a
It's on
Netflix
Netflix.
show, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually a really good little show on Netflix. It was actually a lot of fun to watch.
So Mafia, the definitive edition, is coming out for PlayStation, Xbox on September 25th.
that the OG.
That's what I'm guessing, yeah.
Sick, dude. Those games are great.
Have you played the first one?
No, I started with the second
That's
one.
right.
I started with the third.
So this would be my chance to play the first one.
Highly recommend it.
Hell yeah.
I think that was actually a game that I was looking for something to play, and I think Mike Noodle told me about it, and I was like, huh. Let me check it out. And I'm pretty sure he's actually the one who told me about that. And I hopped on it. It was
It's
absolutely
like an old
outstanding.
school gangster version of GTA.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's kind of what got me interested into it.
Yeah.
Next game I have is Zenjian, which is for the Switch, and that's for September 25th. Umahara Kawase Bazooka, and that's for PlayStation and Switch for September 29th. Yeah, I know. You guys
Am I the only one that thinks he's just making up words at this point?
He is.
Because we can't see the laptop.
Yep.
So he's just like, let me see when these guys are just actually going to correct me.
Call my bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So The Walking Dead has another DLC. It's called Onslaught, and that's coming out for PlayStation VR September 29th.
Now, are those Telltale games?
It doesn't say Telltale.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I thought The Walking Dead was a Telltale game.
Well, I mean, if it's Telltale, The Walking, because normally Telltale always has, their name in front. And then that's it. That's all I have for all the new games.
It's a shitload
Weird names
coming
and
out.
all.
That's a shitload coming out, though. I'm definitely excited about Mafia. Tony Hawk, of course.
Yeah. Avengers.
Avengers, like I said, I've already got that pre-ordered, so
Yeah.
I just got to pick that up, and now I'm even more. That's probably the game that, if he grabs it too, that we were just talking about blocking off time to be able to all play together.
Yeah, I mean, because technically we already beat Revenant.
Remnant, you turned into him now.
Yeah,
You said
it wrong.
Revenant.
Oh,
You said it
fuck.
Remnant. Yeah, I mean, we did beat it.
So technically we can move on now.
Yeah. I'm game.
So, we finished up the free games, finished up the new games. Let's jump into news. So we got a handful of news. We'll try to keep it short and sweet, kind of move it along. So the first one I want to talk about is Borderlands 3. So there's a new Borderlands 3. It's the fourth DLC that's I believe it's the last one that's for the season pass. And it is called Psycho Krieg and the Fantastic Fuster Cluck DLC.
I like the name.
So with this one, essentially you go into Krieg's head and go ahead, with his battle between his sentient self and his psycho self.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his battle that he constantly has. And I'm not sure if he knows about Maya yet. because he and Maya had a very strong connection when they brought him into Borderlands 2. I mean, and everything after that. So with him not knowing about Maya, maybe that might be why his brain fucking just completely cracked or tweaked, and why you have to go in there.
Interesting.
But I mean, you see Lilith in there. You see all the main characters from Borderlands 2 and some from Borderlands 1. You see Mordecai and Brick as well. So that one's actually going to be it's going to be pretty cool. I'm actually really excited for it. Yeah, so it is part of the pass, and you also have the level cap increase another five levels.
What are they at now?
65, I believe.
65. And that's less than previous games, right? Couldn't you get up to 75?
I think it was like 70 or 75. I mean,
give it time. Give it time.
I mean, this is only the 4th DLC. I mean, they could easily add more and go ahead and do like another season pass.
Oh yeah, especially since we know it's going to be like 8 years before Borderlands 4.
Absolutely.
So they got time.
So this comes out on September 10th, and I am insanely stoked for this, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Another thing I want to talk about is that there have been reports for a new Nintendo Switch to be launched in 2021 within the first quarter, I believe. So what everybody's talking about with this game is that, or not this game, this console, is that it's going to have better graphics. It's going to have like an HD card within it to go ahead and kind of give you, just basically try to bring themselves a little more towards
a little closer to everything else.
Yeah, a little closer to everything else. Into which by that point everything else is gonna be next gen.
Yeah. So like.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't
You're
hurt
right.
depending on the price point. I mean, I have no problem selling the one that I have now and upgrading. Done that a million times with the DS. I might as well do it with the Switch.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, there is. All right. So here's the thing. There is nothing concrete about this yet.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo has said adamantly that nothing is coming in 2020 for a Switch, but they haven't necessarily said anything about 2021. So so a lot of rumors have been speculating and coming around.
All right.
So this one is actually these next two are actually pretty badass to me. So DC Fandom happened this past week, and we got 2 games out of Fandom out of anything else that looked incredible. So the first one we're going to talk about is Gotham Knights. So
I feel like we should talk about that one second, since you actually had
talk
more,
about that second?
because we actually had gameplay to talk about.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can talk about that second. So the first one, so now the first one we're going to talk about is Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. So the big thing you go ahead and you see with that is, first thing you see is Harley Quinn, going ahead and just hanging out on a rooftop, talking with Amanda Waller, because she's in her ear, because obviously it's Task Force X, Suicide Squad. So in the game, you have Harley Quinn, King Shark, Deadshot, and then Captain Boomerang. And obviously everybody has their own, powers and everything else. And actually, they all have their own little nicknames that I'm just finding out. So Harley Quinn is the Mistress of Mayhem. Makes sense. You have Captain Boomerang, which is the Aussie Assassin Extraordinaire. You have Deadshot, which is the most dangerous marksman alive, because
Fitting.
he never misses. And then you have King Shark, which is the demigod humanoid shark, which basically explains exactly what he is.
Yeah.
So what looks like with this game is that it looks like it's a 1 to 4 player co-op, and it looks more to me, like a it looks like something, not necessarily as what Gotham Knights is going to be, but it looks like a full online style, which people kind of can drop in, drop out like all the time. But I mean, like you'll see people running around like Anthem.
Yeah.
It'll essentially be like an Anthem. At least that's at least what everybody is thinking that this game is going to end up being like.
But if that's the case now, like, will you see multiple Harley Quinns and like multiple Deadshots and all that stuff if those are the only people that you can control?
I would believe so, because
that would be a little weird.
Because we saw multiple javelins of the same thing in Anthem. And
yeah, but the different thing is,
and even in other DC games that that have that MMORPG type style, to where I can't remember what the hell it was. There was a beta that that you're able to play on the PlayStation before. To where you essentially created your own character, but you could also just pick like original characters, and you saw multiples of them around there as well. That game came out like a few years ago. Look, we have a long time to wait for this game. It's not going to be coming out till 2022.
Yeah.
So obviously that's going to be next gen. It's going to be Series X and PS5.
Yeah.
And also on the PC. But yeah, man, like at the end of the whole thing, you see Superman, use his laser eyes to go ahead and decimate this pilot that, that the Suicide Squad thought he was saving.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh fuck."
Any ideas who we're going after? And then they all just point at him.
Yeah, Captain Boomerang is. He seemed a little off, like not. Basically, he's just dealing with a hangover, but.
Hell yeah.
But it looked pretty cool. Like Captain Boomerang looked like he had super speed, and I don't know if that has to do with the boomerangs he throws, or maybe he has more abilities than I thought he did, because I really don't know that much about that particular character. But King Shark is essentially just support. He's running around with an LMG, just going freaking nuts. Harley Quinn is Harley. A brawler. She has the bat and her acrobatics. Yeah. And you have Deadshot, who's basically, he's the marksman. He takes everybody out within one shot.
Yeah, it's still so early on. I'm assuming that they'll roll out some gameplay.
They're going to give us more later on. But that was definitely something I wasn't expecting when fandom actually happened.
But that game and the one that we're about to talk to, what were the last?
We're going to talk to it.
Oh, we're going to talk. Wow, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to talk about next one that we're going to talk about. Have there been previous DC co-op games?
Like I said, there was a beta for a game that came out, I think, like 2 or 3 years ago. That was, like I said, it was an MMORPG style. To where you had a lot of people drop in. Going ahead and running around doing certain things.
Set in like the DC.
Set in the DC universe. Yeah.
Okay.
It had to do with Brainiac. It had to do with Brainiac 5 being, or not Brainiac 5, but Brainiac itself. And they were going ahead and like creating these superhumans, and then taking them prisoner.
Okay.
And you were one of those superhumans that they created, and you decided to fight against them, and you're fighting with the Justice League. But I don't remember a lot of DC games that are along those types of lines. Like anything I'm thinking about is much more like Gotham Knights. Like Arkham Asylum and all that type of stuff.
It's just fun. Like it's just funny that no one. Well, I don't know how many people had an inkling that these things were going to come out, and just shortly before the release of the Avengers game, all this stuff rolls out, which from a business standpoint is genius.
Yeah.
Just try to take whatever attention you can away.
Yeah,
and
no, you're right.
It's smart.
Yeah, so the next one we're going to talk about is a game that was created by WB Games Montreal, who are the ones that also have done the Arkham Knight, that entire series.
That whole series.
Basically,
gorgeous.
The entire Arkham series has been done by WB Montreal.
Yeah.
Which I just started getting into because I got the it's like the first two. I forget what the first two are, but they were all in one.
Yeah.
All in one disc. It was fun.
Yeah, so this is called Gotham Knight. I did say that wrong. I said Arkham Knight, not thinking. But I was talking about the Arkham Asylum series.
Yeah, this is Gotham Knights.
This is called Gotham Knights, yeah. So what you get out of this game is that Batman is dead. And when Batman died, he sent out a message to 4 of the Bat family. Obviously, there's numerous people within the Bat family. But he sent it out to 4 of them. He sent out to Barbara Gordon, who is Batgirl, formerly known as Oracle when she was in a wheelchair, but she got her legs back. Mm-hmm. You have Nightwing, which is Dick Grayson, the original Robin. You have Jason Todd, who after his dealings with the Joker, into which back in the 80s they had a comic that the fans got to vote on whether Joker killed him or not, and they voted for him to be killed. It was actually a fairly gruesome thing that happened that I never expected that. Fans would actually go ahead, but a lot of fans really didn't like Jason Todd at the time. And he came back and then became a vigilante named the Red Hood. And then you also had the newest edition of Robin, which is a character named Tim Drake. So you have these 4 characters that you can go ahead and play as. And this game is much more of a Borderlands style.
Yes.
Man's over here going all heavy breathing and stuff. Like his lungs about to drop out his butthole.
So this game is much more of a Borderlands style because it looks like it has that just drop in of just drop in of a character and just have them just run with you. And and the world you're playing in and of itself is just solitary. You're not having that outside influence of other characters that are online just coming in shooting up all your shit. So it doesn't. So it has much more of a Borderlands feel than say like Division.
Okay.
I do. I just love that dark art style that is like
Arkham
reminiscent
Asylum.
of like the Arkham series. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah. So this one looks like a lot of fun. You see Mr. Freeze. So at the end of the trailer, you see a character show up and walk. Walk towards these like couches or just this big like temple area, and he has a mask on. And the mask, it's a white mask with kind of like a hook nose. And for anybody that knows anything about, knows at least a little bit deeper dive into the Batman lore, this has to do with the Court of Owls. So the Court of Owls is essentially the Gotham Illuminati. They are the.
Shh, don't use that word.
They gonna come and get us, bro. You don't talk about them.
Fine. The Court of Owls are the Gotham elite.
Ah, there you go. Better.
That control the city. And in order to control the city, they send hitmen out to go ahead and kill people they deem a threat. And the hitmen they use are reanimated corpses they call Talons.
Why are you giving these guys ideas?
Kid's just out here trying to get us killed, man. What's next? We're gonna talk about the Church of Scientology next.
Stop! What's wrong with you guys?
You did that. You did that.
I'm leaving.
Jesus Christ.
I quit. Not really. I have too much fun.
Please don't.
I'm not.
So I don't have anything on.
Good.
On
We're
the
not
release
going to
of this
give
game.
them any more fucking ideas.
I believe the game's coming out in 2021.
I said it popped up at the end. I think it said 2021.
All right.
Yeah, I believe so.
So we're good. It's definitely a next gen. It's definitely a next gen system.
It is a next gen game, and
it
looks great.
It looks amazing.
It looks a
great.
lot of
looks
fun.
like a. Yep. I was just about to say the same thing. All right. Cool.
So the last article I have up here has to do with Elder Scrolls 6.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because for years now, I believe like 2 or 3 years.
Too many years. Let's just put it that way. Too many years.
People have been expecting it after Skyrim.
What year did Andrew WK do E3? Because that was the year that it showed up. That they still
whatever year
same
Fallout,
year as Elder Scrolls
whatever year Fallout 76
the mobile
came out.
game.
Yeah, it was the same. It was the same. It was the same
year
Fallout
76
came out. Yeah. They talked about Starfield, whatever. That's okay, cool. And then they were like, "Yeah, cool."
Yes. It sounds like easily
happening.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Add like another 6 years onto that.
They're on Gearbox time.
Yeah. So
yeah, except don't get me started.
So a lot of people are trying to figure out essentially when this is going to be released, and basically everybody is saying 3023 is the big joke.
Shit. I better go find whatever the hell Keanu Reeves be taking so I can still be alive.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're right.
But I would probably say 2024, 2023. Honestly,
if the game's great, I don't. That's fine.
Yeah.
And I really haven't had any real gripe with any of the Elder Scrolls games. I thought they've all been good. I have ones that I like more than others, but they've all been good.
We just haven't heard much about it in a while.
They are putting a lot of their eggs in that Starfield basket, though, because I hear that's going to come out first. I believe they're going to have more.
And that's supposed to be like revolutionary.
I'm good with it.
Game.
I'm good with it. I'm not mad at it.
I'm just going to hold my
breath.
breath.
With that. I mean, yeah, I'm.
It's a long time to hold your breath, bro.
That's fine. I don't care.
I like new, so we'll see.
Yeah, but let's hope it's new.
And not just
/ good.
Well, yeah, I hope so.
Because they had a lot of new in Fallout 76, but not / good.
True.
Well, yeah, I mean, what was the last brand new thing that we were super duper excited about that flopped? Anthem. And that was for a company that we're used to getting bangers from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
true.
You know what though?
But
the only way to
the only thing I want to say about Anthem is that BioWare has never done a game like Anthem before. You know what I mean? Give me so that was them jumping into a completely new genre.
Yeah, I mean,
when was the last space science fiction from Bethesda?
I mean, they could literally just use like a lot of like the underlying coding, I guess, possibly from other games, and just be like, hey,
I don't know,
different Earths and stuff. Like, I have a feeling that's what this is gonna be.
I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm excited.
I don't care. It's
there's certain companies that I always get, like, even if they've flubbed shit before, I always get excited when they
but that's the thing,
put
right?
New shit out.
Right? So the only way to learn is to what?
Play.
No, fucker, fail. You have to fail. If you don't fail in things that you create or fail in life, you're never gonna learn from your mistakes.
I've never failed in hockey. I've been a gangster since day one. No, I'm just kidding. Says the guy that just went to back-to-back championships and lost both of them.
Right. So here we go. And here we are.
But what he'll say is he went to back-to-back championships.
Yeah, but
he won't talk about the outcome.
If you ain't first, you last, motherfucker.
Right, which you lost, so you're second.
If you ain't first, you last. I don't play for no silver medals. No, I don't know participation trophy.
Well, that's pretty much what he got.
Yeah, that's all
I didn't get shit. I didn't even get a silver medal. I didn't get nothing.
Why are you complaining then? So after we're done listening to Supervillain cackle over here, we still have a couple things to talk about. I'm super excited about this one.
Oh yeah.
Since we always throw down at least we try to always throw down at least once a week. We play NHL all the time.
Yeah.
And you hear us talk about it on numerous occasions on this podcast.
It means something to us.
It definitely it's like it's one of my favorite things to do. It makes me happy. If I'm in a bad mood and I see a text that says, "Hey bro, I already know what's following." I'll be like, "Chell? Yes. Let's go." And then I'm happy. It just fixes
You
things.
get to take out your frustrations on other people.
Yeah.
Virtually.
Yeah. But we do have NHL21, which we watched the trailer. Yeah. He's not fapping. He's clapping.
Whenever I do that at home, my wife's like, "Why are you fap clapping?"
Yeah,
it's
it's the most
it's just
awkward
a
thing I've ever
smattering
seen.
of applause.
But I'm actually super excited about this because we did watch the trailer. One, Ovi's on the front of the cover. Super excited about that. Man deserves it. Absolutely love him as a hockey player. Phenomenal.
First time, I believe. I'm sure Alex is happy about that too. But first time, I think since like 07 or something that he was on the cover.
I'm almost positive. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
You know
funny.
what's, and he's not going to give a shit about this, but like, if you appreciate hockey and you know hockey, this should be kind of fucking baffling. Am I tripping, or has Sidney Crosby never been on a cover? I don't believe he's at. Malkin has been on a cover, I believe.
Malkin has definitely been on a
Malkin
cover.
has been. I don't
Now,
know.
I believe back when they had that 2K series, NHL 2K, I believe he may have been on a cover.
Oh, you
but
mean
that
like
has nothing to do with EA. That
the
dirt
2K
fucking.
Yeah.
It was cool for like a hot second until I played one season and simulated games, and Dion Phaneuf, who's a defenseman, had like 62 goals, and I was like, okay, I'm done with this bullshit.
This is not true.
But it always surprised me that he was never on a cover. But yes, OV 100% deserves it.
So the trailer looked phenomenal. I did a little digging on NHL's or on EA's website.
Never.
Okay, so there you
That's
go.
crazy, right?
Yeah. He has never been on a cover of any hockey video game made.
Just shows you he's not that good.
So I was right. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
I mean, look,
fucking fake news.
but Malkin was on the cover. But
Malcolm was on the cover, right?
Oh, Wreck-It Ralph has definitely been on the cover.
so there you go. He's not that good. So after reading a little bit on
I hate
EA
Malkin.
about, yeah, I don't like him either. But he is a good hockey player. It seems like they're expanding upon their Be a Pro mode, which seems pretty cool. It gives you the opportunity to experience the life of an NHL player on and off the ice. Now, off the ice is what grabbed my attention more than on the ice, because every game that I've played for the Be a Pro, you're always on the ice.
It was just so monotonous. It was just a game.
Exactly. So there's off the ice, and I don't know what it's going to entail just yet. But it's going to definitely be something more than what we've already had. Like you and I have talked about off air.
Yeah.
I don't know. World of Chell, I read a little bit about that. It says play solo or connect with friends. Now, when I think solo, I would love to be able to say, like you and I are playing, and every once in a while you'll have somebody that drops out because they lost power or internet dropped out or shit like that.
And you get to finish the game.
And you can finish the game. I don't think that's what they mean by solo. I think they just mean that you can drop in as a solo person in other Chell games. I hope to God I'm wrong.
If you're wrong on that, and they actually had it like we were just talking about, you could have that as a different part of the win-loss column. You know what I mean? Because
they do.
Because right now normally you have wins, loss, overtime, loss, right?
But they also have
that's a standard look.
They also have DNF wins and losses though, which is did not finish, which is what they count that as if you lose.
Okay, well then at least
which still sucks for you because it's not your fault.
Yeah, at least let people go ahead and finish the fucking game. I mean,
Right.
if you're having a bomb ass game, just let it fucking go.
I'm pretty sure there was a game when I was deployed at one point. Andy and I were winning like 6-0. And it was literally the third period, and there was like a minute left, and we lost power. And I was like, hey, bro, lost power. Sorry. He's like, fuck you.
There was also one where we were on a massive winning streak, and
yeah, I think we
Nina
won
tried
like
to
12
watch.
games.
Nina tried to sign and watch Netflix or something.
Yeah,
and it
at
kicked
one
Anthony
point,
out.
I'm currently deployed. Yeah, I was still deployed at the point. And Andy and I literally, because I think it was a weekend. I'm pretty sure it was a Friday night or even a weekend. So I had nothing to do. I was off work the next day. I was like, let's fucking play. He agreed. We did nothing but play for like hours upon hours. We literally went like 12-1, right? the last game that we're fucking playing, we're destroying this team. This is literally going to put us at 13-0. This is why we went 12-1. Literally going to be 13-0 for the night. Fucking phenomenal. We were averaging like 4 to 6 goals a game, no lie, and letting up maybe 1 or 2 goals a game. So we were fucking killing every team that we played. Didn't matter who you were, how good your team was.
Yeah.
You were just getting smoked.
You were
Didn't
getting
matter.
the business.
It was embarrassing for everybody. Except for us on the last game. It was embarrassing for us because literally my wife was like, I'm just going to sign on some PlayStations and watch some Netflix.
I have no idea when your wife turned to a Southern Belle, but
that's my
I've known her for a long time, and I've never known her as a Southern Belle.
Well, sometimes it's also like, oh, I'm going to sign on to Netflix and watch some stuff. It's a whole different. There's voices for my feeling and how I feel about her. I love her. She's my wife, but the voice changes.
Why do you have a wooden dagger down here?
He's slaying vampires.
I was about to say, did you borrow that from Buffy? What the fuck is happening?
He's a
right now?
vampire slayer. But anyway, we're fucking sitting there playing, destroying folks. My wife signs on to my other PlayStation I have at home to watch Netflix, and it popped up, unable to connect to server. I was like, I was just on the server for fucking 5 hours. What do you mean? Unable to connect. My wife texts me. She's like, hey, are you playing PlayStation? Bitch, I have been on for 5 hours. I've been on for 5 hours. Like, are you kidding? I was like, you wanted to watch Netflix and you used PlayStation? You couldn't just use the iPad or the computer or your phone.
But did you say it, though?
Yeah, I said it.
Were you on PlayStation? That would have been a helpful question before you tried to log
Right?
on.
I was furious. But anyway, we just went off on a tangent that had nothing to do with NHL21. So we're gonna go back to that really quick.
Cycling back to NHL21. So you guys were asking why maybe Crosby hasn't been on a cover.
I told you he's not good enough.
Well, I decided to look it up.
Oh, he looked it up.
And look, just having fun with it. There was a Reddit thread.
Yeah,
And this is hilarious because somebody
Am
said,
I about to be super fucking angry?
Yeah,
No.
I hope so.
No.
Do you
no,
need, I think you need another drink for this one.
No, I don't.
the very first one that it says is because there was no NHL 87. Like, it just
All right, that's pretty funny.
it was just funny. I mean, look, a lot of people are talking about, him being superstitious, and that's why he super superstitious,
Well,
and
was
that's
he-
why he's not.
Well, was he ever approached for a cover and he turned them down?
I don't know if he's ever been
Probably.
approached, but
He
I
might
know,
have been.
but I know for a fact that that.
Well, I
he's
know.
never
Well,
been on one,
like
so.
a lot of athletes are superstitious, but I know hockey players are stupid superstitious.
Yeah,
And I guess some football players because of the Madden curse, up until Mahomes broke it.
Yeah,
Motherfucker.
Back to 21.
Yeah. Also, this is, I might as well just hit it real quick. So this is the pre-order for NHL 21. If you actually pre-order EA Sports NHL 21 Grade 8 Edition today, you receive the Hockey Ultimate Team choice packs. You get the Synergy Veteran choice pack. It's all Hockey Ultimate Team.
It's all
and
HUT
that.
related, yeah.
Yeah.
Which for a lot, I don't mess around with it a lot, but I know how popular remote it is.
Yeah, I mean, I played it. I forget what year it was. I did it. It was actually a lot of fun. But that's pretty much it. The gameplay is supposed to be, more innovative and tantalizing for players.
Tantalizing. I'm sure they'll roll out even more gameplay, but
Yeah.
even just a little bit of gameplay that you got from the trailer was cool because it showed stuff it shows some flashy stuff that isn't necessarily needed but fun, but it has some stuff that should make the playability even better because they've added moves like the Kucherov, they've added the we know it is the Michigan.
Yep,
but
we're gonna leave it there.
They've added the Svechnikov, the Shvedi.
nope, it is the Michigan.
Yeah,
It will always be known as
The
the
Shveddy.
Michigan.
When he says the Shveddy, it sounds like a fucking sandwich.
Shvedi balls.
Yes,
Shveti balls.
Yes.
But you can now like chip pucks off the boards to yourself, which is pretty
dude,
cool.
that was so exciting.
Because
when I saw
now
that.
the only way to do that would be like to try to like manually pass it off the boards,
Which you can do.
but it's not.
it's not accurate.
It's hard enough to do.
Exactly.
They've added that. It looks like Anthony didn't speak on it. I don't know if they had it on that website, but they did bring back practice mode.
No,
which,
they didn't. So they didn't say that on their on EA's website.
which they haven't had, I don't believe, since like 2014 maybe or something like that, or 2015. They took it out, the ability to take your Eshel character into practice mode, and you can just drop in with your friends and just practice shooting on the goalie.
Yep.
Or you can actually go back into like doing scrimmages, 6v6, 3v3, stuff like that. I
Run
believe you can
plays
even
and
work
shit
on
like
your
that.
power play and stuff
Oh,
like that,
See, that's sweet.
which is nice. Why it was ever taken out, I don't know. But that's back, which is nice. It looks like some new celebrations. They always seem to tweak the. They did say that there'll be more news moving forward on goalies. They're always working on the goalies, so I'm sure they'll be even more improved. They were better last year than they were the year before.
Yeah, they were in NHL 20. They were actually they kind of had like that old feel to it where was it like 16, 17, or 18? I forget what year it was. We've played them all, where Andy and I would just literally go back and forth playing the goalie and stuff like that. But it had that old school feel to it where the moves, how the goalie would move, how the goalie would do all of its run through its progression of all that kind of stuff felt a little more natural as you were playing as a goalie, which was pretty cool.
No further news yet on franchise mode, but I'm sure they'll do something there. But it seems like the bulk of what they did is focusing on Be a Pro, which a lot of people wanted because it's a mode they hadn't touched in years. So while we don't know what we're going to get, but on the trail at the very end of the trailer, you just get this visual of a dude walking into a locker room and actually like looking at all the jerseys in there, which led you to believe like, okay, they're doing some sort of story driven ish.
Yeah, and that's so like if they Eschel is always really good. So basically my thing is, this is just my personal opinion, but if they kind of refreshed, I guess, Eschel a little bit, updated a couple things here and there, and how you can upgrade your club and stuff like that, and how it works, that would be nice. If they franchise mode was always fun, so if they kind of just did the same thing, revamped it a little bit, made it a little more modern, a little bit easier to navigate sometimes, because sometimes some of these are a little tough to navigate.
Yeah.
I'm really kind of hoping, though, that they threw a lot of their eggs in one basket with the Be a Pro mode. I really kind of hope that, because I always play the Be a Pro mode hoping for something different, and then it's the same old thing.
They just haven't touched it. They actually did say one thing about franchise mode, and that one does mean something to me because I play a lot of franchise mode.
And you're the one that got me into it.
I always love that mode. They're bringing back a they had it a little bit ago. I don't know if you want to call it it's not really a mini game, but a few years ago, before you really got into it, there was a whole thing based around the trade deadline, and it was cool. So like when the trade deadline came, you would have multiple cell phones in front of you that would have different deals on the table, and you could like pick and choose which ones you wanted to look at, tweak, and stuff like that. So it really felt, and it counted down the hours to the trade deadline being over, so it really felt like you were under the gun to get something done.
Yeah.
They're bringing back something similar to that. I don't know if it's going to be the same thing, but there's going to be a lot more around the trade deadline. There's still things that they haven't spoken on that I know people want that I don't know if we're going to get, like bringing back the skills competition, the All-Star game. Even if they don't do the skills, the All-Star game, was always fun. That stuff that was taken out. Also for the D-bags that play online, and you know who you are, they have now added...
This motherfucker just called out everybody that plays online.
They have now... Because before, to report someone, you would have to do it through... Like, you'd have to do it either through, like, Microsoft, or you couldn't do it through the actual game.
Yeah.
Now they have the ability, because they're trying to crack down on people with these, like, super fucked up names that shouldn't be in there.
Yep.
And, like, anybody cheating and stuff like that. And, like, now you can actually report players from right in the game that you're playing.
That's cool.
So, like, you can see their gamer tag, you can report them, stuff like that, and then EA will look into...
Yep.
Because they record all those games that you play. They can see if you're just bullshitting or if someone's actually messing around. You can report names right away. And stuff like that, because they're trying to, and they're not messing around with that too. If you have like one of those really, really, really messed up names, like they'll ban your account for a while.
Yeah,
Good.
which they should.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what we have so far on NHL21. I'm assuming they'll roll out. They usually do one or two more trailers before the actual game comes out.
Yeah, which by the way is October.
Yeah.
I don't have an initial release date. Like I know it's October 2020. If you Google it, I don't think it has an actual date next to it yet.
They said they delayed it a month, and generally it comes out between like September 11th and 15th.
It's usually like the middle of the month. You would say
of September, yeah. So I would imagine somewhere around October 15th.
Yep.
So between now and then, I'm sure they'll roll out a gameplay.
We'll probably get one or two more.
A gameplay trailer where they'll really dive into like the different nuances of like gameplay and stuff that they changed and whatnot. But
I'm really excited for that.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, brother.
All right, so that's what we got for today. We're not doing a What Are We Playing? We're going to save that for next week, which is actually going to be a fun episode because that one's going to be our GamesCon episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, all the trailers and everything else that we're going to get from that and some of the gameplay I'm guessing that we're going to go ahead and see. So something that we have learned with our normal hashtag that we use at the end of the episodes
Fuckers.
is that it has been confiscated by
Definitely.
by the New York Islanders, the NHL hockey team.
Yeah, they use the game on that we normally say that we didn't find out until we put it at the end of one of our tweets and noticed that a New York Islanders logo was popping up, and that is just not something we can get down with.
No, we
Flyers
are.
fans.
Yeah, we are hardcore Flyers fans in this room.
Yeah, that Wes is literally wearing a Flyers shirt as we speak.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're not gonna have to hear us say that anymore.
It makes me sad though. That was our thing.
And
It's
that
cool.
was your creation, Anthony.
That was our thing.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
No,
that
wasn't
was
it?
you. Yeah, that was you.
I swear to God, it was. I
Nuh-uh.
swear to God, it was mine. Wasn't it?
No, it was Anthony because Anthony said it, and I go, "Nah, dude, that sounds stupid." And I said
you're
that out
rude.
loud. What I said?
Remember, he is the bad friend.
Yes, I am. I said that shit out loud, and then at the end of the first episode or one of the few episodes, I said it at the end, and I'm like,
That's not so bad.
that actually sounds nice. I like that. But
And
yeah,
the Islanders
so
have stolen it.
yeah, see,
You guys
so
suck. Can we
currently
have it back? Can we have it back? Can we start a petition that says Islanders give it back to these guys? I mean, we don't have a lot of listeners, and we appreciate everybody that does listen. But can we have that back, please?
Yeah,
we
it
worked
fucking
so
sucks.
hard to not. Yeah, can we just have that back?
So now Anthony is going to go ahead and let everybody know where they can find us.
What's up, everybody? It's now time to connect with CGC. We have all of our different avenues that you can always reach us on. We have our Twitter, which is @ConsoleCrew. You can check us out on our website, which is www.consolegamingcrew.com. It has our Gmail account, which is attached to it as well, which is consolegamingcrew@gmail.com. We have things constantly going up now, it seems like, on our YouTube channel, so you can check us out on YouTube at Console Gaming Crew.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we have Facebook, which is you can check us out there, which is Console Gaming Crew. And then you have our Twitch feeds, which you have Wes, which is Dragon_CGC.
Yep.
You have Andy, which is Scooby CGC. And then you have myself, which is CGC_Squishy Soprano. Yeah, so we also have to try and get that game one back because, like, I enjoy saying that.
So do I.
Yeah. But definitely, we're so close to getting Wes as a Twitch affiliate. He's definitely by far the closest. So if you know anyone that has Twitch, jump on, give him a.
We're
give him a
within
sub.
like 12.
Well, fucking.
12 of 50 followers.
Well, let's fucking go, boy, huh?
Yeah.
Boy howdy.
All right, y'all. So that's it. So as always, wash your hands, stay safe, and get your game on.
Oh, God.